Hey guys, we're here at the Irish Vegan Festival in Derry at the Everglades Hotel, and I am speaking to Richard Deboo. Richard, how's it going? Can you tell me what you're doing here today, please?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to be starting off the talks that we're doing here today. It's always fabulous to be amongst a crowd of those who are either vegan already, or could be vegan curious, or maybe some of their vegan friends have dragged people along and they're finding out about veganism for the first time. So it's always really exciting to be in these kinds of places, and as I say, I'll be starting off the talks, and I like to do things slightly differently to the usual stuff, but you could essentially précis every talk I do with be vegan.
Be vegan. That leads me to my next question. Can you tell anybody who's watching this why they should be vegan?
Yeah, because it's the only way that we secure a future for ourselves and also for all of those other species with whom we share this planet. For our own health, for the sake of the environment, but most fundamentally, for moral reasons. It is the decent thing to do, to respect and care for those other lives who live on this planet too, to respect them properly and give them the space to live their lives in the same way that we want to be given the right space to live our lives too.
I could not agree more. It's the way to end so much suffering and violence in this world. The number one way, in fact.
Very much so.
I want to quickly ask you before you rush off. You are the only person I know that has stood in the elections in the UK.
That's correct.
So can you tell me about that and who you stood for and what happened?
Absolutely. This is going back about 10 years or so now, but back in the late noughties, I was the deputy leader of a small political party called Animals Count, and our intention was to bring to the fore in that political arena these ideas around respect for other lives, and that is the foundation, ethically and politically and economically, we felt, to giving everyone a better life. Society would be so much better if we regarded those other lives with the respect that they deserve, to treat them with kindness in the way that we want to be treated with kindness. And at that time, no other political party was even talking about these things. And we knew as a small political party, particularly in the UK with how the system is set up, that we didn't really stand a chance of electoral success, but what we could do was get a place on the platform.
Could I just ask you in the middle of that?
Yep.
Very radical and revolutionary. You were talking then about rights and not welfare. It was animal rights, yeah?
It absolutely was, indeed so. Our manifesto that we put together, which is a 70-page manifesto, was fundamentally a vegan animal rights manifesto. And I guess at the time, particularly in that political space, that was radical. It wasn't the kind of thing that people were talking about. But because we had that space on the platform, we were able, through those hustings events and things like that at election time, we forced those other parties to answer questions about those kinds of things, about farming, about the environment, about how best to look after people's health. They didn't have policies about this stuff. And that was obvious when I went to these hustings events and talked about those kinds of things. Those major political parties had nothing to say about that kind of thing at all. So if nothing else, we hope that we raised awareness of those issues and how fundamental they are to creating a better society.
I know you're going to rush off. I'm just going to ask you one more question. Sure. So I thought it was amazing in the last month of turmoil with all the political events that have been going on in the UK, that the only time the animals perhaps got a mention and the environment got a mention was when two activists from Greenpeace broke into the Conservative Party, what's it called?
Their annual conference.
Their annual conference. Yeah, and indeed. That's the only time these things were mentioned.
Yeah.
It's like such a massive issue, yet it's zero coverage whatsoever. It's absolutely ridiculous. So for you to go and do that at that time it's unbelievable, and massive respect to you for doing that.
So much, yeah.
Can you give me a final message again for anybody watching this and tell them where to find you on social media?
Yeah, sure. They can find me at www.richarddeboo.com. I'm also on Facebook. There's only one of me, so you type in my name and that.
Definitely only one of you, Richard, for sure.
I will turn up and I will be there. But yeah, my message essentially is, and this is what I'll be talking about now, is listen to the evidence of your eyes and your minds, recognize and understand what science is telling us, and if you do that, you will be vegan.
Thank you so much, Richard.
Thank you.
People, check this guy out. He's an absolute legend, and good luck with your talk, Richard.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.